on this one. So the question is number one, and it says in management science, structure follows strategy. You are to discuss. Now, when you hear the word, an assignment that is asking you to discuss the work, then it simply means you need a balanced conversation. Understand, eh? A balanced conversation. Is it true that in management science, structure follows a strategy? You get the point, eh? That's the first question. Yes or no? Then you start from the 4 point of view. I'm guiding you. 4 point of view, for example. If you are saying yes, then you present your argument. And then on the there are these other contra views, the other views that are not agreeing, eh? That structure follows a strategy, isn't it? And you should also speak from their end and also argue. Okay, you can spend the first part, you can talk about maybe agree with the motion, then the other side we don't agree. This is what discussing is all about. It has to be balanced. Don't just be on one side. A discussion should be balanced. Is that clear? Did you get that one? Can you hear me? Can you see the screen and we proceed?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right. Okay. So now, just a very simple introduction now, something that I've designed as a guide, right? Um, when you hear of the principle that the structure follows a strategy, this one was first coined by Alfred, Kandra, in his seminal work, Strategy and Structure, in 1962, actually. It's a very odd principle, right? It's a very odd, 1962. And in his argument, Kandra argued that an organization structure should be designed to support the strategic objectives. That is to say, the changes in strategy necessitate the corresponding changes in structure. Yeah, this concept actually has been widely accepted in management science and has actually influenced how businesses organize themselves to achieve competitive advantage. So this is what has been happening. So now, in this work, what we are doing is that we're trying to look at the meaning and implication of the very principle that Kandra talked about, how businesses have applied this principle historically, and we'll also look at some counter arguments, that suggest the structure may also influence the strategy. Yeah, structure may also influence the strategy. The discussion is what we are giving to you and is actually supported by some relevant theories that were brought out by some of these serious guys like Minsbeck. Those are serious boys. Okay. Let's start by understanding the concept, which is what is more important. A strategy, Minsbeck defined a strategy in 2005 and said, is a long-term plan the organization adopts to achieve its objectives and gain competitive advantage. That was according to him. All right. So he says that it includes marketing positioning, resource allocation, innovation, and competitive differentiation. Then there was also a definition of the organization structure that is basically a framework that defines the roles, the responsibilities, communication channels, and the decision-making authority within a company. This is according to Daft in 2018. So these were writings of Daft. He said an organization structure, therefore, it's basically just a framework, okay? It is a framework what does the organization structure do? This one is just a framework, okay? What it does is that it defines the roles, of course, the responsibilities, communication channels, and decision-making authority within an organization. Yeah, that is what that is. So Kandra now was making an argument in 1962 and argued that businesses initially adopt a strategy based on their market condition and their goals. Then as they grow and diversify, their structures must also change to align with the strategy. That's what he was saying. So to start with, there are 4 stages of business modeling, right? Okay, there are basically 4 stages of business modeling. I welcome Naslele to the conversation. It's been a long time. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? Been busy traveling here and there, but I'm back now.
No, you're welcome back home. Please, you never miss conversations. Yeah. Miyunda, how are you? And you're welcome to the conversation.
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
No, I am good. Anyway, we are trying to look at I'm just trying to give my view or my comments on the assignment, right, that you are having. So the breakdown that was suggested by Chandra in 1962 was as follows. He said that there is a 4-stage model that he proposed to us, and he said the following. As a company is expanding, then it transitions, through 4 stages. The first one is called the initial strategy. This is usually for small firms that start with a simple structure where decision-making is highly centralized, where there is almost, very, when we say decision-making is centralized, for those very small structures, right? Small firms, maybe there's just, there is a CEO here. From the CEO, maybe there's just a finance person here. Actually, it's not even finance. They can be coded. Let's just say maybe cashier. We want to be practical enough. Cashier is not even called an accountant this time around. And then on the other side, there is who? Who else is important? There's cashier. There's marketing. Now, marketing is important on the other side. There is maybe marketing. And probably there is not even human resource. You see that the decisions that are centered around here, the decisions are made there. Okay, those are very small structures, initial stages, as the businesses are growing, right? But as time goes on, you're going to observe something that is very interesting. The business is expanding. Then as the firm is growing, they might enter now new markets, and they specify their product offerings. At that point, then they will have to change the structure as well. You get it, right? They will change the structure during the expansion strategy because now they are growing bigger. So they will add even other positions, you understand? Even the reporting procedures and the roles. Hello? Hi, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? There is no one responding. Can you hear me?
I can hear you from my end.
All right, thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah, so that's what happens. Then there is also a structural adjustment stage. This is where you make now complexity. You start meeting complex, processes, right? Firms now are shifting from centralization to decentralization. Instead of decisions being now made by only few individuals on top, you find that now they have started, there are maybe branch managers there. There are all those divisions that have come now. You have divisional structures as well. Okay, maybe this company has expanded into all the provinces now. There is a provincial head, Chan, provincial division director, all that. That is called decentralization. You see the structure as well again growing, right? Are you following? Growing. And this growing will be as a result. Okay, the growing has come in, then there are new strategies that we need to use now. Okay, then as we implement these new strategies, you will see also the structure of an organization changing. Okay, you will need these new structures for efficiency sake as well. These are some of the arguments that were given by him in 1960. You can expand on them and just try to read more around that and get the arguments that he was giving. Very interesting conversations, but these are archaic conversations, eh? But they're interesting studies. You can research much more. You could actually now pick some few, applications from the real world. For example, we can just speak of multinational, corporations. The large corporations, for example, Apple, Toyota, these, what they do is that they adjust their structures based on the strategic goals. Okay. For example, if you pick that one of Apple, they follow a functional structure that is focused on innovation. Then the Toyota guys, they emphasize on global efficiency. They follow the hybrid structure as well. So these are some of the things. And this was actually put forward by Grant in 2016. Okay, that is what he was arguing. It's just an example. Okay, these tech startups, for example, they operate with flat structure. And what we mean by flat structure, we mean that, they don't really have those long chains, right? Like a lot of chain of command here from this one is reporting this way, this one. No. Actually, it's a flat structure. It's direct. This one is managing this one is managing. Like one person is managing a good number of people, and the decisions are quite centralized. That's it for startups, eh? But when you pick companies like Meta, Facebook, Amazon, these have evolved from the startups. Now they are bigger organizations. Then you can see that their structures are big now. These are worldwide companies. They have well-organized structures, big structures. That was for those, but there are also some counter arguments. Okay, this is what I was telling you. There's these counter arguments. Does the structure always follow strategy? Okay, this is what I was telling you, that sometimes it's not true. It may not be true. Remember, this is a discussion. I told you from the very beginning, it has to be balanced. Argue that it follows, give out the points, give him practical examples, cite, okay, write in details. Then from there, you can come now to the counter arguments as well. The contrast theory is widely accepted, we have already said, but we have some scholars that argue that structure can also influence strategy. Okay, notice structure influencing strategy. Structure can, what we said, structure is always following strategy. Then can strategy follow structure? Strategies are following structure. I've argued that. But now, can we also say the structure now be the one that should follow the strategy? I don't know if you are understanding what we are saying. We said the structure follows the strategy, right? That was the first argument. Yes. Okay. Does the structure always follow strategy? Is it true that a structure will be made according to the strategies? It may not really be true according to other scholars. Because these, they say, the structure may not follow strategy. Instead, the strategy can be influenced by structure. It's a question of the cause and causation here. What is causing the other? Which one is influencing the other? Which one makes the other one to change? Maybe I should make the language sound like, which one do you think changed because the other one has changed? All right. Is it the structure that is changing because the strategy has changed? Or is it the strategy that is changing because the structure has changed? That's the argument. And now you have now these reverse views on the structure, shapes, and the strategies. There is what you call the path dependency. This one was done by Freeman in 1984. He said that a rigid organizational structure may constrain strategic choices. Then the bureaucratic organizations actually often struggle to adapt to new strategies due to resistance to the change as well. We also argued that it was also argued that the firms in highly regulated industries, such as maybe banking, those that are doing banking and healthcare, these are highly regulated. Okay, these usually maintain a fixed structure. All right, which means that this will end up now forcing the strategies to fit within the framework. That is according to Scott in 1995. So in short, the structures now are the ones influencing strategies, not strategies influencing structures. We have changed. The other supporting theory is of technological influence that was done by Zenger in 2017. He said that in digital economy, flexible structures, okay, like these network-based ones, they shape business strategies rather than the other way around. These are the studies that were done. All right. You could even add some case study. This one is most recently, that was done by Schilling in 2020. Yeah, you can add this case study as well. But there is a contingence theory that was propounded by Donaldson in 2001 around the modern perspective of strategy, structure, alignment, how these aligned. The contingence theory suggests that there is actually no one size fits all approach to organizational design. Instead, the optimal structure depends on various external and internal factors. This would include marketing conditions, technology, and some organizational sizes as well. So this was some of these arguments. Yeah. So you can also set up the structures that are really adaptive to the changes that are happening in the environment as well. So what are we really saying? Maybe you are now getting much more confused. You shouldn't. Let's get back to the question. I highlight this. What we are trying to guide the class is that when writing this assignment, it's a discussion. A discussion must be well balanced. All right? Structure follows the strategy. Discuss. Is it true? So you have seen these divergent views, right? There are these that are saying no, strategy follows the structure. Others have said no, structure follows the strategy. So this is where now you bring out both sides of the coin and present. That is a discussion. So I was just trying to guide.